going on, Pokemon fans? Welcome back to JD's Nerdverse. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. We are doing a playthrough today of Pokemon Blue with Articuno. Articuno is one of the legendary birds. It's also known as the Freeze Pokemon. So before I dive into this is my call to action. We're at 335 subscribers. I'd really appreciate if you subscribe to this channel. Also, while I'm here, participate and comment and things like that, like the video. But also go back and check out the prediction video. It came out on Monday. There's a lot more depth and detail about this Pokemon and its stats and moves that I won't be able to dive too much into in this video because I'm doing more of the playthrough than the stats and such. So we use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer, and we're going to substitute out Charmander for Articuno. The reason we chose Charmander is if we chose Squirtle, our rival would be Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is weak to ice, huge advantage for us. And if we chose Bulbasaur, our rival would be Charmander. So we get 2 water moves and we have ice moves. So Charmander and Charmeleon are going to be weak to us, and then when we get to Charizard, Charizard will be weak to us as well because it's flying type. So the best option was, pick your poison. There isn't really a great option for our rival, but it's kind of neutral having Squirtle. So I name our Pokemon Sub-Zero because I'm a Mortal Kombat fan. So, and I know this isn't this character, but get over here! I just like saying it. I know it's Scorpion. But we dive right into our first battle with our rival. He has a Squirtle. It has Tackle and Tail. We have Peck and Ice Beam. So this is going to be a very one-sided affair. He gets a whole whopping 4 damage done to us, but we knock him out. And we go ahead and go for, move on to our next battle, which, oh, surprise, surprise, is the same battle. So we're going to jingle all the way to this guy, kick his butt. And then we're going to, deck the halls with Brock in his gym. And Ice Beam's a one-shot in the Pidgey, and Squirtle is a one-shot, or is a 3-shot with Ice Beam, and we knock him out, and we move on, we beat our rival. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, rival. And we're going to go on to the Bug Forest. In the Bug Forest, we're going to go over our stats. HP is 90, Attack is 85, our Defense is 100, Special is 125, and Speed is 85. So across the board, these are some of the best stats you can have for a Pokemon. Our best stat by far is Special. So this is an Ice-type Pokemon. We get access to Ice and Water. Both of those are special. So that will coincide very well with our attack with our special moves. Our attack stat is 85. So Peck and any kind of flying move is considered attacking, or goes off our attack stat. So we have that. Defense is 100. That's actually the best defense. That's the best. Has the best defense of any of the legendary birds. Let me rephrase that. And if your worst stat is 85, attack and speed, I mean, you're doing pretty well. Just saying, just being honest. If that's your worst stat, you're going to do pretty well in the playthrough. So as we're finishing up Bug Forest, we do need to get these last 2 potions. Which I don't even think we use these potions, to be honest. But I gather them nonetheless because they can be useful. I'm getting into the part of the playthroughs where I'm only down to like my last few. So, some of them don't actually need all these potions, but it is what it is. It's just a routine at this point. So we're facing the Million Light Years trainer, and this will be very easy. It's a Diglett and a Sandshrew. The Diglett outspeeds, but we get the one-shot, and we're also going to get the Oko on the Sandshrew. Oko stands for one-hit knockout, if you didn't know that. And we get the win, and we're going to move right on the Brock. It is ironic that with that trainer, we just fought a Sandshrew and Diglett, and I have planned a versus series with Dugtrio versus Sandslash. So Brock is out. We're going to Forever, and we beat him with 2 Ice Beams. 1 shot each. Oko get the win. He's not wearing a shirt in the one picture. That's very weird. But we get the win regardless, and we move on to Route 3. In Route 3, we're going to go over our moves. So our move set for this Pokemon is we start off with Peck, 35 base power, 53 base power with Stab, 100% accurate, 35 power points. That's very important about the power points because that means we can get through early part of the game without him going back and healing. Okay, Ice Beam is very powerful, 95 base power, with Stab about 133 base power, 100% accurate, and 10 power points. So if we rely on Ice Beam, we gotta go back and heal a lot, because we gotta replenish power points. With Peck, we don't have to. That's also the benefit of this Pokemon when I go over its TM moveset. Having various moves helps that. We also get access to Blizzard at level 51. We're not supposed to get this Pokemon until Seafoam Islands, so we get it around level 50. That's why all the moves are skewed that way. But power is 120, 90% accurate, 5 power points. Great move because its Stab is 180. But we're probably not going to use this because Ice Beam is just more reliable and we have more power points and such. And Agility is going to be a move we add at 55. It lets us do the badge boost. It's another fastest Pokemon that can boost its speed. Doesn't make sense. But Mist we're also not going to use. I don't even know what Mist does, and I'm not going to use it. I know this Pokemon, it kind of comes not in handy. So that's our level up moveset. So like I said, it's not very broad, but like I said, it'll get the job done until we get to Mount Moon. So let me know what you think. Here we go, and we're on the Mount Moon. And now that we're in Mount Moon, we can go and go over our TM moveset for this Pokemon. We're going to go top to bottom. I'm not going to go very fast, but fast enough that I skim over the ones we don't use. So Razor Wind, Whirlwind, Toxic, Takedown, we will not use. Two of them actually are normal types, so they actually could do some real help in the playthrough if needed, but they're normal and their accuracies are garbage. 75 and 85 accuracy are garbage, so we're not going to use them. Double Edge could be used. It'll be saved for later just in case. It can do a little bit more with our physical attack than the others. But the problem is it has recoil, so that's just always something you gotta accept whenever you do Double Edge. Water Gun and Bubble Beam are two moves that we're gonna pick up that use our special stat and make them very effective for us. Water Gun, 40 base power, 100% accurate, 25 power points, and then Bubble Beam is 65 base power, 100% accurate with 20 power points. So the big benefit and big advantage for this Pokemon is the fact that it can get a lot of moves that have a lot of power points, so you don't have to go back and heal, which really helps in speedruns. Hyper Beam is a move we could have gotten, but even though I pause the timer when I get it because it's part of the rules, it still have to take real time to do it. So unless it's a desperation thing, I don't want to get it unless I have to. Like some Pokemon, you had to have it or you didn't have a good move. Like Skyther was like that. You had to have it, or you couldn't do much. You couldn't do anything in the final game. Rage is a move we can get 20 base power, 100% accurate. But it's kind of pointless when you get it. If I got it early, it might be useful for any Pokemon. I think like one Pokemon I've had it early, and that was like KangaskDan, and it was very effective early because you don't run out of power points. This raid starts and it basically takes the whole battle. But the problem with that, with any other Pokemon later, is it's just too weak and it's just better moves at that point. Mimic is a move we can use to mimic the move from the opposition. This will come in handy later in the game. Whenever we're trying to get through the Elite Four and we don't have as much coverage, or maybe we need something to heal us, this can be useful. Double Team will not be used because it's outlawed until level 100. Reflect could have been used by this Pokemon, but we didn't use it. We're too special attack and whatnot to need to do that. If we had low attack stat or no special, Reflect would help beat defensively, but we don't need it. Bide we use for like 5 seconds to catch a Pokemon. Swift, I think we actually skip over Swift in this playthrough because we have better moves at that time. Sky Attack is a very powerful flying move, but I don't like to use it because there's 2 turns. You have a turn of vulnerability and you have a turn of attack, and you also have low accuracy, so a lot of bad things can happen. There's not a lot of power points to give you a little bit of wiggle room. You can't even knock out a whole team with it in the Elite Four, so there's only 5 power points. Rest probably gets used in this playthrough because we can replenish our health, and this is good against some trainers in the Elite Four. We also get access to Substitute and Fly. Now, Substitute's not going to be used, but Fly is. Fly is a TM move. It's stab, so it's 105 base power, 95% accurate. It's probably our best physical move we can get because it just works well with our attack stat, and also we get that move or a turn we don't get hit, so the opposition could like miss a whole bunch of things. So that's our endgame moveset. You're looking at something like Ice Beam, Fly, Agility, and then a mixture of Rest and Mimic. So we get the Dome Fossil. Oh, hell, the Dome Fossil, and that's our TM moveset. We're going to move on to Misty's Gym. In Misty's Gym, she's going to come out with some water Pokemon, obviously, because she's a water trainer. Their Pokemon don't really do much to us. Water does not do anything to Ice Pokemon, or water Pokemon for that matter. And with our high special stats, she's not going to do anything to us. That's why I went for her right away. For some of the other ones, other legendary birds, actually for one specifically, you don't want to do it right away because ultimately she's going to do more damage. But with our high special and our, we're not weak to water or anything like that, or we're kind of neutral to it, I think she might be resist to us. But, we're going to go ahead and dive into this battle with Misty. It's all the benefits, there's no risk, because if we beat Misty, we get Bubble Beam, which we get another move, but we don't have to come back and heal. And Ice Beam is going to be a 2-shot on the Staryu. And we've got a whopping 4 damage now. That did a lot of damage to us. I got a little worried here. So Peck, and we're going to go for Peck again. I got a little worried it was going to get knocked out. If it wasn't for a really dumb X-Defend, we'd have lost that. But Bubble Beam did get a critical hit, so that's why I did that. But we get the win nonetheless, and we're going to move on to our rival fight. Our rival will be a cakewalk, because like I said, the first Pokemon who usually causes all the problems, Pidgeotto, is going to get hit by an Ice Beam. Ice Beam will one-shot it. Very good. Making sure we don't get sand attacked. Now we're going to go ahead and knock out the Abra, which we have a super effective stab. We also have Ice Beam, and we're going to go for Peck. Peck will be a 2-shot. We get a critical hit. Get the knockout. Very good. We move on from our rival, and we go on to the rest of Nugget Bridge. Now, Nugget Bridge, at the end of it, there's a prize. So, because it is Christmas, I'm giving you guys a gift. My gift to you is a bunch of other other YouTubers you subscribe to. I know it sounds weird. I'm like, you know, going out there and throwing out like names of other like YouTubers and stuff to go watch, but I enjoy Pokemon videos, and I assume if you're watching this, you do too. So that's why I'm doing that. So a couple of them I want to shout out is the first one is Scott's Thoughts. That's probably the one I mimic my playthroughs the most as. He's good at analytics. He's very analytical about the game. The other one's JR11. JR11 plays completely different than me, but those two are the ones that got me into doing YouTube videos about Pokemon. I also want to shout out a couple other ones. Some ones I've been watching a lot lately. Eggsceptional does very good Gen 1 or Gen 3 content. Squidgy does Gen 2 content. We have also Gym Leader Matt. There's M&J TV does a lot of Pokemon stuff as well. There's a bunch of them out there, so I recommend you go check them out. The links for a bunch of them are in my comment section down below. There's two other ones out there. I think one's like M Tiberius. The other one's DWUN something. I'll spell it out for you. I don't know how it's pronounced, so I don't want to butcher it. But basically, he's kind of in the same boat I'm in, where he's like newer and he's trying to figure out how to post it. DWN D016. Dwando 16. I don't know. I'll figure out how he pronounces it. But those are two newer ones that I've been watching lately, and they're pretty good. So I recommend you check them out. So we get to our rival on the SSN. Now our rival battles are not going to change very much. We still have Ice Beam, so unless he goes for Quick Attack, Pidgeotto won't hit us. Okay. Bubble Beam will be a 2-shot on the Raticate. We get super effective damage from our special. Peck will be a 2-shot on the Kadabra, and he does a potion, so woohoo. And then Wartortle will come out, and we don't have anything super effective, but Peck will, 3-shot because we're 5 levels higher. And we get the knockout. So we beat our rival pretty handily, and that gets us cut. And then we move on to Lieutenant Surge's gym. And in Lieutenant Surge's gym, we're going to face him. Now, this is the one gym leader we are weak to. Now, I made a mistake going into this battle. I think it's this battle. Yeah, I didn't heal. I thought maybe Ice Beam would one-shot everything, so I wouldn't have to worry about it. So I didn't heal, and Ice Beam does not one-shot, but Thunderbolt one-shots us. Well, we had 33 health, so if we had full health, it wouldn't happen. So we do that again, and we're going to go give it some potions, and we gave it to Paris instead. But no, we're going to give potions to Sub-Zero, and this will make the battle completely trivial, because we'll have more damage to be able to hold up. We have good specials, so that Thunderbolt, we would have not got knocking out one shot if we were at full health, unless maybe it was a special, or unless maybe it was a critical hit. But we're going to try again. Voltorb, Ice Beam, one shot, very good. Pikachu comes out, Ice Beam, unless he has Quick Attack. Nope, he doesn't. Good. Raichu is a 2-shot, and we actually freeze it, so all's well that ends well. If we just done that the first time, wouldn't have to waste time healing. But anyway, we get out of there, we go through Mount Moon, we do Rock Tunnel, we did all that garbage. We didn't have any real struggles in there. So I decided to go straight for Erica's gym when I got to Celadon City after I bought some stuff and sold some stuff. The reason why is, she's grass type, she's weak to us, and I thought I'd just get it out of the way. Get a couple quick, easy battles out of the way as well. You can get some really good experience in here, but we don't need to be over-leveled for this Pokemon. And like I said, we got Ice Beam, but we also have Fly. So all the Pokemon in this gym are weak to Fly. So we can use Fly or Ice Beam. At this point, we have at least one more one PP up, so we have a little bit more Ice Beam power points. So we're going to go for Fly again. One shot, very good. And we should be going right for Erica this time. Erica, it will be a cakewalk. The only thing that could happen is if we miss on our first move, she can put us to sleep or paralyze us, and that could really mess up the battle. But Ice Beam gets a one-shot on Erica, and one-shot on the Tangela and the Victory Bell, and now we're going to one-shot the Vileplume. So, get it done. And we move on to the next trainer. Sorry, my screen went black there for a second. So, I thought maybe the computer shut off, but the lights were still on. So, we're going to move on to Giovanni's hideout, or Team Rocket's hideout. So we're going to beat this first trainer here very easily, destroy him. We're going to open this button, we're just going to move right on to Giovanni, and we're going to destroy him as well. He comes out with an Onyx, a Rhyhorn, and a KangaskDan. So Ice Beam will destroy the Onyx and the Rhyhorn. We could have used Bubble Beam on these and saved the power point. And we're going to go for Ice Beam on KangaskDan. Very easy win. And Giovanni, which is Pokemon Red and Blue's version of the Grinch, we beat him, and we're going to have 2 more Grinch encounters here in a little bit. How the Grinch Stole Pokemon Blue is, a game I want to make. So we face our 5th rival fight. Pidgeotto is a one-shot. Growlithe will be a one-shot as well. Okay, now our rival is going to come out with an Execute, Ice Beam, or Fly. We'll knock it out one-shot. Kadabra comes out. Fly should be a one-shot as well, but oh, we missed. That's fun. And we hit him. Very good. And then the last Pokemon, Wartortle, Ice Beam, should be a 2-shot. Very good. We get the win, and we beat our 5th rival fight. And then we move on to Koga. In Koga, we're going to deck his halls. We're going to destroy Koga. Koga we don't have anything great against Koga, but we're just very powerful, very high special. So we're going to one-shot the Coughing. Very good. We're going to 2-shot the Muck, which he can't really do much back to us. Nothing he has is going to do a lot of damage. One-shot the Coughing, and we're going to do a Wheezing, and we're not going to one-shot the Wheezing, but we're going to freeze him. So very easy win against Koga, the Karate Master. We deck his halls, and we're going to move on to the next gym leader, which I believe we're going to go on to Blaine. So we have an option. We go to Blaine or we go to Silphco, but I'm like, we got a water move. Let's just go to Blaine. So while we're in here, we're going to just take a little bit of inventory on the time. We are at 33 minutes and 38 seconds, okay? We are pacing to do very well. We're on pace to not only beat Mr. Mime, but beat him by a couple minutes. So we're at a very good pace right now. Nothing has really been a huge barrier right now. The biggest barrier, quote unquote, we had was Lieutenant Surge, and that's because we walked into the battle with no health. So now this gym leader can be a barrier for us as well, and the reason why is because as much as we have water moves, we are ice type and we are weak to fire. Okay, so that is the crux of the situation right now. However, we are still in a spot in this game where we're at level 39. We're pretty much one-shotting most things we come across, so we're doing extremely well. And yeah, so while I'm here, I know I asked this earlier, but please hit that subscribe button. This is winding down to the end of the year, and like I said, I'm trying to get up to 400, but my intermediate goal is 350. So your support really does mean a lot to me. And we're just finishing up these battlers in here, these trainers in here. And once we get these trainers done, we will face Blaine. Like I said, he has fire type moves. It's his first 3 Pokemon are not going to be an issue because they really don't have a great fire move. I think Rapidash pretty much has, what's that move called? Fire Spin. But it's his Arcanine that has Fire Blast. That Fire Blast will knock us out clean if he gets a good attempt off. So we don't have a badge boosting move yet. We gotta get to level 54 before we can get a badge boosting move. So we could just badge boost. If we had badge boost, we could actually badge boost on the first Pokemon, get boosted, and then we'll just clean sweep his whole team. But we don't have that luxury at this moment. We do have rare candies, but I just don't use them till either Giovanni, our 7th rival fight, or the Elite Four. It's one of those 3 things. So we're cleaning up this last trainer. We're gonna go ahead and heal really quick because we don't want to get our butts kicked because we're not healed. And that's good enough. And we just got saved now. Now we're saving, and we're saving, and we're saving. And now we're gonna jingle all the way to Blaine. And here we go with Blaine. Blaine is going to come out with Growlithe. Growlithe will be a one-shot with Bubble Beam. Very good. Moving on. Ponyta is going to come out. Bubble Beam. That's not a one-shot, but we get stuck in the Fire Spin, which doesn't do a lot of damage to us, to be fair. But we just get the knockout with the second hit. And Ice Beam is going to be a 2-shot on the Rapidash, so we don't take any damage from Rapidash. But like I said, Arcanine is going to be the problem, and he gets a Fire Blast off and one-shots us. And that's the one thing about Fire Blast. It's like it brute forces its way through some problems if you have problems in the game. But regardless of that, we're going to try it again. I think it was a fluke, but here's what's also crazy is our one-shot on Growlithe was a fluke, so we don't one-shot Growlithe. However, it's a 2-shot. We didn't one-shot Ponyta last time. Do we one-shot Ponyta this time? We do, because we went for Ice Beam rather than Bubble Beam. Ice Beam again on the Rapidash, get a critical hit, and we get him stuck in a healing loop, and we get a critical hit, so we beat Blaine. A little bit of luck, I guess, but we'll take some luck in a playthrough like this, where we haven't needed luck at all. And now we're facing our 6th rival fight in Silphco. 6th and Sylph. So now we're going to go ahead and face him. Pidgeot's going to be a one-shot with Ice Beam. One shot, very good. Growl's going to come out. Bubble Beam's going to be a one shot, very good. Execute is a one shot as well. Alakazam is going to be a two shot with Fly. Barely missing the one shot, but nonetheless we still get it. And I went for Ice Beam or Water Gun rather than doing something else, but it is what it is. Ice Beam will be what, a three shot, I think. Yeah, we get the knockout. We get a pretty easy win against our rival, and then we're going to face Giovanni. Giovanni will be a clean sweep, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. We are going to deck his halls as well. Sorry with all the Christmas song puns. I just like having a little bit of fun because it's the holidays. Ice Beam on the Nidorino, done. Ice Beam on the KangaskDan, done. Done on the Rhyhorn. And clean sweep on the Nidoqueen. Clean sweep on the Nidoqueen. So 4 up, 4 down. Clean sweep. And now we're moving on to Sabrina. And and I would have had like Jingle Bells, but I didn't have a bell on me. I had to do that. But okay, we're in the Psychic Gym, so now we just got to clean sweep this gym. Ice Beam's not going to do, a critical hit's going to knock out anything, but okay, that's 2 in a row, so maybe Ice Beam was the play. I was going to say I think Fly doing physical attack was probably the better play here, but I was wrong. So Ice Beam will be a 2-shot on this one, and Sabrina gets knocked out. Sabrina and her whip, very easy. I really hope she has a Merry Christmas. Really do. And now we're going to move on to one more gym battle, and that's Giovanni. Giovanni, this will be a clean sweep. Very easy battle because he is weak to us, and we're going to Bubble Beam and Ice Beam our way through this entire gym. It's going to be one shot there, and we're going to go ho 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 all the way home because we just destroyed this guy. Now you better watch out, you better not cry, you better not shout. I'm telling you why, because JD's going to the Elite Four as soon as he beats his 7th rival fight. As soon as we get out of Giovanni's gym, we're going to head on our way, and hopefully we don't get run over by a reindeer on the way, and we're going to face our 7th rival fight. So 7th rival fight is going to be a cakewalk. We know why, because the first Pokemon we come out with is the knockout. Clean knockout. Ice Beam, one-hit knockout, very good. Second Pokemon, Rhyhorn, one-hit knockout. Very good. Third Pokemon, Growlithe, one-hit knockout. Very good. Execute, one-hit knockout. Very good. So now we're down to 2 Pokemon. Alakazam, I don't think will be a one-hit, but he does do a lot of damage to us with a little bit of a Psychic. So now we're down to low health, and we're going into the Blastoise. So not fun, but, he doesn't really do much to us. Anyway, Fly. Okay, we're going to do that. Come on, Ice Beam, and we got to get one more attack in, and he was going to go for Skull Bash, but we get the win, and we move on to the Elite Four. So we decked all the halls and jingled all the way to the Elite Four, and now we're going to go over the stats of this Pokemon. We are at a very good pace. I'm going to pause it right here. Our HP of this Pokemon is 189, attack is 134, defense is 141, speed is 133, and our special is 178. And our time right now is at 43 minutes. So our special is extremely... All of our stats are good with this Pokemon. They're fantastic. Can't complain at all. Okay? This is very good stats to go into Elite Four with. And I don't see where any of these Pokemon trainers are going to give us any issues. There's only maybe one. That's Lorelei, because we're Ice type. We are weak to Ice, but we're also neutral to Ice. So don't really see how there's going to be too much of an issue here. But again, our goal right now was to get under Mr. Mime's time. Mr. Mime's time was 51 minutes and like 45 seconds. And we are pacing right now to obliterate that. But let's go ahead and look at the moves. Mimic was what I went with to start with. That's so I can copy a move from the opposition. So we're going to go with that. And Ice Beam is obviously our best move, so we're going to keep with that. Fly is only 15 power points, but we'll keep sticking with that. And then Agility, it does the badge boost and ups our speed and all of our stats around it. So fantastic. And we're going to go ahead and obliterate the Elite Four. Here we go. And Lorelei is the first one to come out. Lorelei, like I said, Ice-type trainer. So we're Flying type, so we are kind of weak to her, but we're also resistant with the Ice move, so let's see how this goes. So we're going to start off with Agility. And Growl starts off... It actually does the badge glitch too, and as long as we don't do a physical attack, we're fine. So, don't know why I did Fly here. With our physical attack dropped, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but he does take down, doesn't really do much to us, and we knock him out with Fly. Cloyster comes out. Cloyster has a low special, so we're going to go for Ice Beam. So Spike Cannon's going to take a couple turns. One more time. He's not going to do Ice because we're Ice. He's not going to do what's the other one? Clamp because we're Ice types. So water, so it's not a very effective move. That's why he just went for Spike Cannon. So we're going to do Amnesia. It's going to badge boost one more time and get our special as high as humanly possible. And we're going to go for Ice Beam. It's going to be a 2-shot. We do get them frozen, so I just went for some due diligence here. Let's make sure we got all the Amnesias done. And we're going to go for Fly, just that way we don't waste our power points. And we're going to go for Ice Beam on the Jinx. And we're going to go for Ice Beam on the Lapras. I don't think it's going to be a 1-shot. It's not. It could be a 2-shot. I don't know why we went for Fly. Fly's been... I wasn't paying attention whenever it got growled in the beginning, probably. Because Ice Beam is the play there. It's the obvious play. We do get paralyzed, which makes this battle a lot more interesting than it has to be. But we still get the win. And beat Lorelei. Merry Christmas, Lorelei. And a Happy New Year, you filthy animal. And we're moving on to... Bruno. Bruno, we don't talk about him very much, but regardless, we're gonna go ahead and face him and his abs. We're gonna go face Bruno and his abs. So here we go, Bruno. We're gonna come out with an Onyx. We're gonna set up on the Onyx. Agility, we're gonna do it 3 times. Gives us 3 times boost on our speed, but also 3 badge boosts on all of our other stats. Ice Beam's a 1-shot, and we will 1-shot this entire freaking team. Go ahead and knock it out. Ice Beam. Very good. Ice Beam one more time. Very good. And the final one, Machamp, can be pretty bulky, but his special's not great. So we get the win over Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno very much, but we do wish him a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year as well. Now we have Agatha, who's old, and you know she's seen a lot of Christmases, so we want to make sure we set up everything. You got the Agatha Lauder. She confuse you, put you to sleep, paralyze you, or poison you. So we want to deal with that, but really, this battle's pretty easy if you can get by the first Gengar. So we're going to go ahead and, first, what we're going to do is mimic a move. We're going to mimic Hypnosis. She's going to go for Nightshade, which does 56 damage exactly. We're going to put her to sleep. And what that means, we're going to set up our Agility. 2, 3 Agilities. Woke up, so we don't need to put her back to sleep. Ice Beam is not a 1-shot, but it puts her in a healing loop. We get the Gengar knockout. So from here on out, we should be good because everything should be hunky-dory. And Haunter will be a 1-shot as long as we hit it. Very good. Arbok will be a 1-shot as well. Very good. And the final Pokemon does not have a sleepy move, but he does have confusion move. So we get the knockout over Agatha. Very easy, convincing win, whatever you call it. Now we have to face the Grinch, which is no, I'm just kidding. It's not. The Grinch is actually the champion. Now I have to face Lance. Lance is the Dragon type trainer, and all his Pokemon are going to be very trivial. The toughest one is the first one, which is Gyarados. Gyarados is not a Dragon type; it is a water flying Pokemon. So our Ice moves will be effective, but they'll also be ineffective because of the water typing. So we have to deal with that. But also, what he has doesn't really have much effect on us. We have great special, so Hydro Pump won't do much. We also have good defense, so that won't do much. So here's our Lance battle. We go out against Gyarados. We're going to do a setup. We swapped out Rest as well for Mimic. That way we can recover whenever we need to. So if we're near the end of this battle and we want to try to knock out Gyarados, he goes into a healing loop. We're going to go for Fly. We just got to hit him one more time, get the knockout. Very good. So we're badge boosted. Now we're healing. And he goes for Hyper Beam, which doesn't do nothing. We get a turn to recharge, so that's great for us. We don't have to take another round of damage. And now we're going to sweep his whole team. Aerodactyl will be a 1-shot. And the last Pokemon, Dragonite, will be a 1-shot as well. Very easy win over Lance. Merry Christmas, Lance. And, yeah, filthy animal. And a Happy New Year. Love it. And we have one more battle. This is the Grinch. This is the creme de la creme. This is for all the marbles. And he will take all the marbles because he likes to steal Christmas. But the Grinch, a.k.a. I should have named him the Grinch. Now I think of it, I should go back and replay this and name him the Grinch. But I didn't. So I'm going to live with that. Darn it. It was a great opportunity that I didn't think of till now. But oh well. It is what it is. So he's going to come out with a Pidgeot, and we're going to set up. We're going to set up with Agility. We're going to do 2 Agilities. He's going to go for Sky Attack. So we can still attack him. That way we don't get hit. Save ourselves from getting the damage. We're badge boosted ×2. And we're going to do Fly and 1-shot the Alakazam. We're going to do our final badge boost against Rhydon. And he Tail Whips, which also does the badge boost. So we're really, really boosted right now. And we are looking to just steamroll through his entire team without taking a lick of damage back until we get to the Blastoise. And we get to the Blastoise. Ice Beam is not a 1-shot. It does about half. We go for Bite. Let's just go for Ice Beam again. Get the critical hit. And we knock our rival out. And I'm tapping. We're at 48 minutes and 54 seconds right now. And if it wasn't for Professor Oak just wanting to just jaw our ears off, Like we can probably get this done in under 49 minutes if we wanted to. I could probably clean this run up and get it under a lot less than that. So ultimately our championship time at level 61, we end up with 49 minutes and 9 seconds. A record time so far for my playthroughs. We did extremely well with this Pokemon, and honestly, I could have probably done a little better. There's some Pokemon trainers I probably could have skipped. I didn't need them. We got to the Elite Four and we were powerful enough. We probably could have done this about 4 or 5 levels lower, which means I could have skipped a lot of battles in the game. So the time could have been a lot better. I probably could get down to 45 minutes, honestly. But fantastic playthrough. So I want to go over this with you. So first off, again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. If you got this far, you're amazing, and you've made this year of Pokemon playing videos, like games, Pokemon videos, very fun for me. Having people watch them, having people enjoy them, comment, has been something that, you know, I have a lot of things going on in my life. Like I'm supposed to get promotions that haven't happened, things like that. This is kind of my escape, and I really enjoy it. But we have a few more Pokemon left to play through, and we are done with Generation 1. At least done when it comes to the initial 151 playthrough. So we have Zapdos is next, which I've actually already played through, and I'm not going to tell you anything. I've actually done the prediction video as well. All that stuff is done. Moltres, I already did the prediction playthrough, so that's all done. Dragonite I've not done yet, but Dragonite I'm very excited about. He's got some good things. Zapdos will give a run for the money with Articuno, and I knew that before I started playing these. How good or bad all the the legendary birds were. So Articuno was the one I thought would do the best, and Zapdos would do second, like right behind it, and then Moltres I knew wouldn't do as good. So Zapdos is going to give Articuno a run for its money. You're going to see that next Friday, right before New Year's, so I hope you enjoy that. And then Moltres is going to give neither one of them a run for their money. He does have the disadvantage of some really bad early game movesets, but his stats are fantastic, and I think they're better balanced than the other two, than Zapdos and Articuno. So that's going to be exciting to see. And then we have Dragonite, where we got to start off with Dratini, then Dragonair, and then Dragonite. It's going to be a good playthrough. I can't wait to do that. Then Mewtwo, which I think is like going to destroy whatever time we come up with anyone by like probably a good 5 or 6 minutes. So if we get down to 45 minutes with somebody, I think Mewtwo will get done under 40 minutes. I really do think that. And then Mew, as much as Mew's stats are pretty great, along with like Mewtwo, as long as his stats are great, as much as stats are great, his moveset is leaves something to be desired. So I don't think he'll keep up with Mewtwo. But I'm excited to play through all those. And I will also let you know that in the coming year, we're going to be doing some more things on these playthroughs. What we're going to be doing is I have a couple, what do they call, versus series. There we go. I have a couple versus coming up. We have Rhydon versus Golem. See who would win that battle. We also have a versus series of Dugtrio versus Sandslash. A lot of them are fully evolved Pokemon. And I also have a couple what-if scenarios. So one of them is a Krabby. What if Krabby had Dig? So I'm going to get Krabby from another game and give him Dig. And I'm also going to get another one's like Aerodactyl. How would Aerodactyl be if it started a game with Rock Slide or had access to Rock Slide or whatever? And there's a bunch of those. Some of them that are basically Pokemon that don't make sense. That they didn't get these moves or whatever. But it's just, what if they had it? How much better would they be with these things? So maybe there's a reason. So for example, Krabby, maybe the reason why I didn't get Dig because it makes it so overpowered that it's right up there in like A tier or S tier or whatever. So I don't know. But also near the end of the year, and I haven't mentioned this to anyone yet, but I'm also doing my wrap-up. So I'll go over like the top 10 playthroughs. I gotta go over the top ice Pokemon, I already did top flying Pokemon, but I'm not including legendary birds in that. And I'll do a breakdown of all the Pokemon typings and give a ranking for all of them. See who is the best of every type in Generation 1. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. There's a lot of stuff I just went over there. But let me know what you think. And have a good one. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll see you guys on Monday.